Hello and welcome to ITC TechShare. I'm Tom Grissom. Today I would like to demonstrate how you can use Microsoft Photos to actually trim your edTPA videos. Many of you have edTPA videos that have to be a certain length, so this is one of the easiest ways to do it. So first of all, I'm going to go out here and let's open up our File Explorer and go to this PC. This is going to work better if you copy your video that you have from your USB drive or your SD card, and I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it out onto the desktop, but I like to have a folder out here. So I'm going to go out here and let's say new folder, and I'm just going to call it videos, and then I'm going to open it up and I'm going to right click and paste that video from my USB drive to the computer's desktop. And one of the reasons I do this, some of your files are going to be very large. Some of them could be over a gigabyte in file size, and this is just going to make the process of editing a little bit faster. This one is a fairly large file. This is one that I just needed to trim. So I'm just going to walk you through the process. Now, first of all, let's go out here. Let me close this one out. If I right click on a file and go down to properties, this will tell me how big this file is, and you can see that it is an MP4 file, so that's the correct format for edTPA, and you can see that it's 474 megabytes in size. That's under our 500 megabyte requirement, so we're good there both ways. However, if I preview this, I'm just going to double click and open this up. It will open up in Media Player. And let me just pause this. You can see here, if I take this scrubber and scrub all the way to the end, that will tell you how many minutes this is. This is 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Now, it just so happens that this is one that I need for another presentation. It's, almost 8 minutes long, and I only need a 2-minute segment. So I'm going to cut out a 2-minute segment in the middle of this. So I think this will make a good demonstration for something similar to what you're doing with your edTPA videos. So I've already went through, I've watched this, and I know that I want to trim this. I want to trim off the first 3 minutes and 46 seconds of this, and I want to go to about 5 minutes and 45 seconds. So what I'm going to do is, once again, let me just close this out. So first step, copy the file from a USB or SD card into a folder on the desktop. Whenever you open it up, there it is. Next step, if you right click on that file, not left click, but if you right click and you go down and you say open with, and I'm going to open with Microsoft Photos. We have 34 PCs. Let me pause this so it doesn't start playing here. We have 34 PCs in the ITC that have Microsoft Photos available on it. So, you're welcome to come in and use that. Or if you happen to have iMovie, you can use that on the Mac to do something similar with the trim. So we're going to go up here. I've got it opened in Microsoft Photos. I'm going to go up to the Edit and Create button, and you can see right here the first choice, it says Trim. All right, so let's go ahead and select Trim. It will open up the video, and you see these little white dots on the end, and you see this blue little dot is the playhead. So this is, like I said, a mixed reality video that I did. And what I basically want to do is run this scrub bar up to about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's go just a little bit further. Whenever you get it close, right about there. All right, so I'm going to, let's go a little bit farther. Let's go 43, 44, right there. All right, so I've got my playhead where I want. Now I just simply drag this white dot, click, hold, and drag it all the way to that 3 minute and 44 second mark, right about there. Okay. Now then I need to do the same thing with my playhead. I need about 2 minutes of this clip starting at the 3 minute and 44 second mark. So I'm going to scrub through and go to about 5:45. Right. Keep going right about there. And this is where you kind of need to preview your videos and know what you want. Let's go 3:44 or 5:44 right there. All right. So right there is my marker. Now I'm going to drag the opposite way. I'm going to drag from the outside, from the right side. I'm going to drag, click, hold, and drag this white dot and you can see my little marker right there, and right there is 5:44, and you can see my 2-minute total. That was what I was shooting for. So now then, whenever I trim this, I will have my 2-minute clip right out of the middle, and it's basically just going to throw away the front part of it and throw away the back part of it. So recommend, one of the reasons I have you copy this, never work with your original video. I'm going to save as. I don't want to save over the top of my original video, so I'm going to say save as. It's going to come out here, and you'll see that it automatically puts the word pins the word trim on this, and I'm saved here. Whoops, I need to change my, this is a good thing I checked my path here. I want to save this to my desktop in my videos folder. You remembered my Tech Talk for Teachers path, the last one I used. And what do I want to call it? I still want to call it itcts for ITC Tech Share _088 episode 88 _ trim. That identifies it differently than my original video, so this will be my trimmed one. I will hit save. Now again, depending upon your file size and how fast your computer is, this may take a little bit of time, especially for those of you that have 20-minute videos. Those can be quite large and take quite a bit of time for processing. This one's going relatively fast. We're about 25% here. So whenever I finish this, I'm going to end up with my MP4 file. This will do a couple of things. One, it's going to be trimmed to exactly the start point and end point that I want. So now then I would be ready to start writing my narrative for my edTPA and use all of those time markers, and everything would be correct. Whenever you finish it, it's always a good idea. Bring your headphones with you, plug it in, and whenever this finishes, just play it and listen through. Make sure your audio and everything is okay. So we're almost done here. There we go. And then let me just go ahead. I've got this finished here. I'm going to close out my Microsoft Photos. So here is my trimmed version. And now if I right click and go down to properties, if you remember before it was 474 megabytes, just trimming off all of that information, that drastically reduced it. It's only 48 megabytes in size. Definitely less than 500 megabytes, so we're ready to go here. MP4 file format. And if it happens to be bigger than 500 megabytes, there's still a couple of tricks we can do with some compression software. But I'm pretty happy with that. That's my trim. And then the last thing is, since this is my desktop video, I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back to this PC. I'm going to go back to my USB drive because right now that's saved to my desktop. So I want to make sure that I copy my trimmed version as well. And now then I've got it two different places. And once it's there, I'm going to play it back just to prove to you that we have the sound and things. And I said this is kind of a little fun mixed reality one. Be pinned to the wall. Let me come over here and teleport. The other app that I use a lot is OneNote. So I can have many different OneNote. Okay. So just preview there just to prove the audio sounds good. Everything looks good. Close that out. And that would be the one that I would write my narrative, and right click. If you need to, you can right click and rename the file, whatever you would like to whatever you'd like to do for your edTPA video. So that's it. Until next time, this is Tom Grissom. Keep on learning.